Top 10 MMORPGs. This is by IGN.
Perhaps more than any other genre, massively multiplayer online RPGs require an intense time commitment. So
True.
these recommendations are for games that grabbed us from the get-go
It's for
all the way
losers.
through their 133rd hour. Here's our list of the top 10 MMORPGs.
Okay, all right.
A quick note, all of these games are still playable, but we tried to balance both how easy they are to recommend in 2021 and their contributions to progressing the genre as a whole.
Okay.
Let's get started.
I like how they add in that little the little disclaimer there, and that way nobody can get mad about it. Wait, Final Fantasy XI?
Final Fantasy XI came out in 2002.
What the hell?
And if you were like us, you snagged the hard drive router combo so you could play it on your PS2. Fast forward to 2021, and there's still a community dedicated to helping new players experience
What
this
the
amazing
fuck?
Final Fantasy story. Sure, the controls are a bit complicated for modern standards,
This is
but
still
just
a
the
game?
other day, we got Chapter 4 Part 2 of the Voracious
Ninja
Resurgence
still
event.
plays it. Yeah, I
Final
know
Fantasy
that.
XI will always hold a special place in our hearts, and if we're being honest, we still sneak on and play every now and then.
That's crazy.
Pro tip, hit up one of the free-to-play double XP weekends to jump into the story ASAP.
Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, number 9. DC Universe Online. What the
Would you
hell is
rather
that?
have the power of flight or super speed? Why not both?
Okay.
DC Universe Online has been a home for DC and superhero fans and continues
What is this,
going
like
strong
City of
10 years
Heroes?
later on 5 different platforms. Now that DCUO is free to play, it's now
Wow.
more accessible than ever, and still has major content drops like the most recent World of Flashpoint. City of Heroes laid the foundation for superhero MMORPGs, but DCUO has such a breadth of existing lore and characters, it was a must recommend for this list.
Does anybody play this? I've never even heard of that. Oh, Tera.
In a genre highly dependent
Dude,
on
I remember whenever this game came out, I wanted to play it. Yeah, I thought Tera looked super cool, like moving out of the boss's attacks, like fighting these really big mobs. Like, and this is like back whenever, I'm not talking about now, I'm saying like back in 2013, whenever this shit came out, I thought it looked really cool.
grinding to make the numbers go higher, Tera sets itself apart from the rest with an action combat system that still feels good to play today. Its gameplay is highly skill dependent, and the BAMs, big-ass monsters, that roam freely are always tempting to sharpen your skill against. It does have issues such as animation locking during combat and a less than fulfilling endgame, but that gameplay is still fun to play
That looks
today.
pretty fulfilling to me.
And that is a true feat for a free-to-play MMO released a decade ago.
Yeah, it's true. Number 7, EVE Online. I have a friend that plays this game, and he got really, really, really into this game. He wanted me to play this game so much. The thing about EVE Online, what I find is really interesting about EVE Online is the fact that being a toxic, terrible person in EVE Online that is the way to play. Like, ninja looting is like the norm. Like, if you get something ninja looted from you and you complain about, you get trolled for complaining about it, basically. Yeah, that is the meta. That is the meta game, is to be toxic and to do all... That's why nobody streams the game, because anybody that streams the game just gets stream sniped fucking constantly.
EVE Online has spawned so many great real-world stories that they could make a top 10 list of their own. A game of staggering depth and complexity, EVE Online has fostered a player base since 2003 with its meaningful consequences. You can permanently lose ships worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
and it's freedom for players to do just about anything, like assist in COVID-19 research and organize a stirring tribute for Stephen Hawking. EVE Online has found a way to stick around for almost 2 decades by being uncompromising in its vision, and that vision is staggering.
We can shape our universe.
It does look cool. Oh yeah! This used to be really popular.
RPGs, and BioWare tells
I remember
an
this
excellent
one.
in Star Wars: The Old Republic. For fans of the classic KOTOR series who may not be well versed in MMOs, The Old Republic has been tweaked to be single-player friendly as well, and now that the game is free to play, anyone can jump in to try the class stories and the first couple of expansions.
That's cool.
Major content
That
drops
actually looks
don't
good.
seem to
The
happen
graphics
as
are
often as
decent.
they used to, but The Old Republic is still worth returning to after all this time.
Wow. Number 5. Guild War, dude, man.
Guild Wars popularized the concept of an MMO with no monthly fees, and its sequel continues.
That's actually a really good point. Guild Wars was the first MMO that I remember that you just bought the game and you could play it. And I remember I was so confused because I was a WoW player and my friends in high school were playing it, and I was like, wait, so how much does it cost a month? They're like, it doesn't cost anything. I'm like, wait, so you just buy the game and you play it? They're like, yeah. It was so weird, man. Like, I do think Guild Wars did one thing right. That Guild Wars did two things right that I think every MMO should take from them. They did world versus world right. I thought that was super cool. And then they also did the jumping puzzles. I think the jumping puzzles and world versus world are fucking awesome. Everything else I think is kind of boring to me.
Use that business model to this day. It's also very accessible. While it encourages social interaction and cooperation with others, it can also largely be played solo. Add that to the game's unique weapon ability system, in which different weapons provide different abilities for different classes while in different hands, and ArenaNet's living world approach to storytelling segments, and you have a recipe for a game that stands the test of time.
Yeah, that game's been around forever.
There's even a new expansion, End of Dragons, that's slated for 2021.
It's number 4.
The Elder Scrolls Online allows you to get lost in a fantasy world where you can control your own story down to the nitty-gritty details. Do you want to summon dark magic as a Breton while you fight? Or would you rather be a wood elf with the power of nature and a bow for defense? ESO.
What do you guys think about Elder Scrolls Online? I felt like the game was kind of, I don't know, it was okay, but it wasn't something that would get like super excited about. It was just kind of like, whatever, right? Combat trash, like, I couldn't really get involved in it, and maybe I could try it again, play it off stream, but like honestly one of the reasons why I didn't play it is I just kept getting followed around by people all the time and it just like wasn't really fun. But other than that, it was pretty cool.
And gorgeous, diverse landscapes that you can easily travel around, wonderful combat, and expansive quest options, all while allowing you to play alongside your pals. With constant DLC drops and performance updates, ESO continues to improve upon itself, and now has never been a better time
they're making
to
a new expansion for it like next month.
Especially for those who loved Skyrim and other Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah. Number 3. Wait, what? Phantasy Star,
the UI
what the
and
fuck?
Menu design feels a little dated these days. Phantasy Star Online 2 still feels incredible.
Bro, wasn't this shit on the Dreamcast? Bro, didn't I play this on the fucking Dreamcast, bro? What the fuck, dude? I played this on the Dreamcast. It just got an expansion?
Fresh to play, thanks to the fast action anime sci-fi combat, incredible character creation tools, randomly generated fields, excellent electronic soundtrack, and chaotic urgent quests.
Amazing.
It's also had over 8 years of content updates that all rolled out just this past year with PSO2's recent Western release, and will soon receive a new open world, graphics engine update, systems, and more, thanks to the release of New Genesis. Graphics PSO2's recent Western release, and will soon receive...
That looks good. Like, straight up, that actually does look good. I mean, like, aside from everything else, like, the world and everything like that looks great, man. It's fantastic. It's a whale game. The thing is, like, I'm so tired of playing games. I'm so tired of playing games that just have to do with money. Like, I want to be able to play a game, and I log on to the game, and I'm not on basically another fucking, like, some other bullshit, right? Like, I'm not playing with people against their wallets. Like, I don't see, oh, this guy spent $40, or this guy spent $30, this guy only spent $5, what a loser, he only has the helmet. Like, I'm just so fucking tired of that, man. Like, it's exhausting. It's like, it just completely breaks the immersion for me in a way. It really does.
New open world, graphics engine update, systems, and more, thanks to the release of New Genesis. The future is looking very bright for Phantasy Star.
Number
2. World of Warcraft changed the entire MMORPG genre after its original launch in 2004, setting itself apart from past games by being more accessible to veterans of the genre and newcomers. With nearly 16 years worth of patches and 8 expansions, WoW is an industry titan. While Shadowlands has experienced a delayed launch on top of the longest duration of a launch patch in the game's history...
I like how it says... even whenever they're trying to promote the game, they're like, well, it does suck right now, but it'll get better, guys, I promise. They had to include that. It's so problematic, man. It is just so fucking problematic.
There's no denying that WoW still has years of quests, raids, dungeons, and even transmog fashion pieces to collect from previous expansions.
That's the good content right there.
Also hop into WoW Classic and the recently released Burning Crusade Classic servers. There have never been more ways to experience WoW.
And they're gonna make #1 final. Yep. God damn it.
One of the greatest modern success stories in video game history, Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, took a bland, widely panned launch game and completely retooled it to sit atop the throne of MMORPGs. Not only did Square Enix keep the old game going while working on the reboot, it worked the reboot into the game's storyline, marking it as a calamity that reshaped Eorzea. Final Fantasy XIV has only improved since release, with 3 current expansions and a 4th on the way, and each one has added classes, dungeons, and raids pulling from both Final Fantasy history and other Square Enix properties such as Nier Automata.
Dude, I do hope that this game is fun for me to play, man. I do actually, like, I know that obviously there's been like a lot of memes and goofing around with like Final Fantasy and shit, but I do actually, I do hope that it's fun for me to play, man. It won't be in the beginning. That's fine. Like, a lot of games are not super fun right from the beginning. MMOs, like, that's just, it's the nature of the genre. Like, I know that. I'm completely fucking okay with that. It's not what I want, but it's just, it is what it is. So I'm not going to complain about it too much. I don't know, man. It's just crazy for me to see something like that. It really is. Spurgs? Yeah. It's just, it's sad for me to see that WoW is in such a place that it's like an accepted reality that it's not the #1 game. Because, like, WoW is like the #1 MMO for such a long time. Like, I saw Annie in chat. Annie's been farming the shit out of Final Fantasy. Like, I see her playing it too. And like, she's been getting, like, the thing is with that, is like, she's been getting more viewers than did she get in WoW? Like, there's more people that want to watch Final Fantasy than want to watch WoW. It's insane, man. And it's like, how is that even a thing? How the fuck is that even a thing? And like, imagine a game getting better with expansions. Well, I think that Burning Crusade was an improvement, but other than that, yeah, definitely. It's just so disappointing, man. It's so fucking disappointing. Like, to see WoW in the situation that it's in compared to Final Fantasy is really kind of disappointing. Like, I do hope that, as I said, I won't finish the video.
Final Fantasy XV may have come and gone, and Final Fantasy XVI is on the way.
Yeah.
But A Realm Reborn still shows no signs of slowing down.
Wow.
And there you have it, our picks for the top 10 MMORPGs. Have we missed any? What do you think needs to be reshuffled?
Miss RuneScape.
Let us know in the comments below, and while
I don't know why they didn't put RuneScape
please check
on there.
out our top 10 roguelikes. And for everything else gaming, you're already
Yeah,
in the right
they
place.
should have done. Yeah, I don't know
IGN.
why they didn't do RuneScape and BDO. Yeah, BDO is another one. Like, yeah, they missed. They missed BDO and RuneScape. I don't really know why. I mean, I think both of those games are definitely like very large and they're big. Like, those are big games, and I think that they definitely should have been considered. Absolutely. So yeah, it's disappointing to see that, though. I will say it. Like, it is really disappointing for me to see like so many people be like negative. Like, in a way, it does hurt, right? Because like I love WoW. I do. I always am gonna like WoW. I'm always gonna love WoW. I'm always gonna play WoW. But like, I just want, I want things to get better. I want the game to get better. That's all it comes down to. Like, I mean, I obviously, like, the thing is, like, with lists like this and things like that, I feel like this video was primarily made to put WoW as #2 instead of #1, just to drive engagement. That's definitely probably one of the reasons why they made the video, because they knew it would be like very controversial and it would get people to talk about it. You have to remember, like if I could find out an angle for like some way for that to happen, like, that's probably why it happened. So let me read the comments here. Great top 2. WoW wasn't my first, always my most loved. Really wish it was on console. As Final Fantasy XIV really showed us how well that could be done. I would love to see WoW go to console as well. I know there's a lot of people that don't want to see that for whatever reason. For me, I would love to see WoW go to console. I think that would be good. Can't believe I'm about to say this. It's exactly what I wanted. We just pretend that RuneScape never existed. Yeah, I think that's definitely a problem. Loves Star Wars Online. Please, you included Star Wars Online. Yeah, it's like Phantasy Star Online, that other stuff. Like, I think they should have included BDO and RuneScape. It was just ridiculous for them not to do that. But it is what it is. Do you think they should make it free? Make WoW free? No, I don't think so. I mean, you need to have the $15 to pay for the game. But I mean, it's like, what do people pay? Like, I know that there's like, what game, right? I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense if you're getting content regularly, but we haven't been getting content regularly, and that's just it's unfortunate. Let's say that it's just fucking unfortunate.